to the Dharma Master, and to everyone. Dress neatly and appropriately. Today, our Dharma Master is the Venerable Bhante Sumitta, PhD, Buddhist monk, founder of Dhamma USA, social welfare advocate, meditation teacher. Bhante Sumitta is a highly accomplished professional with a deep commitment to community care, spiritual well-being, and social welfare initiatives. As a founder of Dhamma USA, he leads a diverse range of programs aimed at fostering personal growth and uplifting underprivileged individuals and families. With a strong focus on Dhamma talks, sutta discussions, meditations, and Pali language classes, Bhante actively engages with communities in California and other states, while also supporting educational projects for children in Sri Lanka and India. And we'd like to make a Dharma request. Our dear teacher, in accordance with the interests and the faculty of the sentient beings, please turn the wheel of Dharma, of the small, great, and common vehicles. And opening prayers. Let's have to move this. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and of love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. Dwelling in the refuge of Buddha, I clearly see the path of light and beauty in the world. Dwelling in the refuge of Dharma, I learn to open many doors on the path of transformation. Dwelling in the refuge of Sangha, shining light that supports me, keeping my practice free of obstruction. Taking refuge in the Buddha in myself, I aspire to help all people recognize their own awakened nature, realizing the mind of love. Taking refuge in the Dharma in myself, I aspire to help all people fully master the ways of practice and walk together on the path of liberation. Taking refuge in the Sangha in myself, I aspire to help all people build fourfold communities to embrace all beings and support the transformation. And I think that's it. Bhante Sumitta, if you could start your talk. And yeah, Bhante's video is off.
Okay. Can I share the screen? Okay. Can you see this?
I can see it, yes.
Okay, let me make it bigger. Okay. Let's get started with the traditional bowing, paying respect to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Honor to him, the blessed one, the worthy one, the fully enlightened one. My utmost respect to the perfectly enlightened Samma Sambuddha, the noble doctrine of the Buddha, and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Buddha. Good morning and good evening to all of you. And thank you so much for inviting me to this wonderful event, Buddhism Journey for College Students and Young Adults. Today's topic is Breathe Easy, Enhancing Your Life with Mindfulness of Breath. As sentient beings, we all breathe. You and I, all living beings breathe. It doesn't matter whether you belong to a different religion, different culture, different country, whatever, humans or non-humans, men, women, children, elders, everyone breathe. So breathing is an integral part of our life. Ever since we are born into this world, we start with breathing. I'm sure none of us remembers how hard the doctors were trying to make us start our first breathing. Hopefully, some of us have seen the videos and how those doctors trying to pull us with a leg and shaking or in order to start our first breathing. Ever since we start breathing and we continuously breathe until the last breath. We will live in this world. We will walk. We will talk. Um, we will work. We will do so many things thanks to our breath. So breath is so important. Such an inseparable part of our life. Without breath, we cannot survive. So the Buddha said, um, um, there is a Dhammapada stanza. The Buddha says, um, just as uh, the life will, we human beings will fall flat on the ground if we stop breathing and if we don't have lifeline, and also if we don't have warmth in ourselves. These are, and then the consciousness, vijnana. If we don't have these things, we will die. We will lay flat, and we will never, no more be able to be active in our life. So, breath is so important. And in Buddhism, we say anapanasati. Um, Anapanasati is mindfulness on breathing, breathing in and breathing out, inhale and exhale. Just a just a question from any of you, if you remember, if you know, how much do we breathe in a minute? Do you know that? Anyone? How many times do we breathe per minute? Any idea?
I mean, I would just have to guess 30 times, 30.
30 times?
Nah,
Okay.
maybe more. Once a second, 60.
Okay. Any other idea from someone else?
I think
Oh,
60 felt right.
60? You say 60? All right. Let's see. I just did actually a little um, research into this. Um, okay. Yeah, you can also, if you can talk, you can. I think the goal is 20. Somebody says. Right. Maybe yeah, some of you can, any of you can read those texts if you see these things. Okay. So I don't have to worry about that. If you see any chat, please let me know. So
Yeah.
normal adults breathe 12 to 20 per minute, more or less in an underlying health condition. Okay, so it's average health condition. Infants, little babies, they breathe as I think one of you said, they breathe faster than us, and they breathe 30 to 60 times. And 1 to 3 year old little babies, they breathe 20 to 40, and 3 to 6 year olds breathe 20 to 40, and 60 to 12 years old, they breathe 14 to 30, and 13 plus, they breathe 12 to 20. So if we take average breathing pattern would be something like 16. So if we take 16, okay, now now you know we can do the calculation here. So 1 minute 16 means 1 hour 960, and 1 day is 23,040, and 1 year, how much is in 1 year? That's a really good calculation. Can anyone read this calculation?
I mean, it's 8,409,600, I think.
Yeah, even
million.
even even I found it very challenging to, so I really wanted to write it down actually. That is 8,409,000, right? Yeah. So if you breathe like this, average person, like 16 times per minute, if you live 80 years, how many times do we breathe?
It would be 672,768,000.
That's right. So 672,768,000 times we breathe. Can you imagine? Did you ever think that you breathe this many times in your lifetime? We breathe this many times. And that's amazing, right? And whether you like it or not, whether you are happy or not, whether you are alive or whether you are working active in daytime or whether you sleep in the nighttime, you will still breathe. You continue to breathe. That's such an amazing thing, right? Really amazing how our human body is helping us to survive through these breathings. I really want you to take a moment to be grateful for this life that we are having right now, right here. And we should be thankful and grateful. And we should also be thankful and grateful to those doctors, to our parents, to the mother, to our mother who was taking care of us in her womb for nearly 10 months. And for the doctors, the nurses, our father, and all those people, friends, relatives, teachers, elders, all those people who were helping us during those days when we were having very, very difficult times. Imagine, like when we were little babies, we didn't know what to do. We didn't know how to walk. We didn't know how to talk. We couldn't do much. We were just, maybe when we are happy, we were smiling. That much we could do. And when we are sad, we would cry so loud. Everyone would be shocked, and they would all attend to us when we cry. And those are the little things. We would be able to do little shaking of our hands and legs, and that's it. We couldn't do much. So until we come to a stage where we would be able to stand on our own and work on our own, until we become so independent, we were helped by our parents mostly. and some other people too around. So we have to be really, really thankful and grateful to them. And that is why we are breathing today happily and peacefully. I don't know whether you are happy right now, but thanks to their enormous help, we have been able to continue to breathe today. That much is so important. And then again, I want to pay attention to different breathing patterns, right? So when you are calm and when you are relaxed, your breathing patterns different. When you are alert and focused, you see, like these breathing patterns can change in alertness and focus, stress and anxiety, euphoria and elevated mood, fear and panic, sadness and melancholy. Do you think we breathe the same? No, it is a different pattern. And also when you are angry, you know already, when you are angry, anger and frustration can change our breathing pattern. When you are joyous and excited, we also have different breathing pattern. Sleepiness and lethargy, we breathe differently. Our pattern is different. And then again, meditation and transcendental states, we will be different in our breathing pattern. Meditation, I want to come to that point. How important it is to meditate on breath. Why do we need to meditate on breath? If you think, if it happens like you breathe every day and whether you sleep or whether you are awake, you can breathe anyway. So why do we need to meditate? That is the question. Any idea why do we need to meditate on breath? Why do we need to meditate on breath?
uh, just to go away from all those negative states listed here into the more positive states.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, that because now we already see like so many different emotions, right? When we meditate, we can maintain our inner peace more healthily, more steadily. And we can be at the present moment when we meditate on breath. So, and every one of us breathe, as I mentioned. It doesn't matter whether you are a Buddhist or not, you still breathe, right? You are a you are an American, you are an Englishman, you are Australian, Sri Lankan, Vietnamese, Indian, Japanese, Korean, whosoever, you still breathe. So it is so unique to all of us. It's common to all of us. We all breathe. And if we focus on breath, that can be so beneficial to each and every one of us. Not only to each and every one of us, we can also influence positively to all the people who are around us. So, meditation on breath is so important. Plus, we have so many benefits. Can you tell me one benefit of breath meditation? Anyone? Breath meditation,
I think
any benefit?
someone says the ability to handle stress.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good answer. You can actually handle the pressure, handle the difficult situations in life. So breath meditation really can make us aware of our different emotions. Let's say you are angry. When you are angry, you close your eyes and you listen to your own breath. You will see the breath pattern is so different. It's like your heart is getting out of your rib cage, right? You feel like that. and your whole body, entire body is shaking. So different and so difficult. And you feel like the fire raging all over your body when you are angry. You become so restless. You can be quiet. You can be you can be still. You want to, like, your body, muscle, everything is shaking, so active. And so when um you can contemplate on that. Oh, my breath. Oh, my breath is so different right now. It can only happen to people only if you continue to practice meditation. If you continue to practice meditation, whether you are angry or whether you are joyous, whether you are sleepy or whether you are, um, having these different emotions like calm, alert, relaxed, focused, stress, anxiety, anxious, euphoric, elevated, fear and panic, sad, melancholy, all these emotions. In all these emotions, you will be able to stay calm as rock solid, just as a stern pole that is firmly established on the ground, which is not shaken by the winds that comes from all different corners, all different directions. The firm pole will stay firm, just like that. The mind of the meditator, the mind of the practitioner can stay calm. That person can maintain inner peace and equanimity when you continue to meditate in all different storms of life. This is one of the wonderful benefits that we can have. And so that is why we need to practice meditation. We need to continue to meditate. We need to find some time for meditation. Now, I would like to also share with you some information about our brain. And human brain, human brain is just like 3 lbs, just like 1.5 kg in weight. It is the 2% of the body's weight, 20% of the body's energy, and 100 billion nerve cells or neurons have are there in our brain. That is quite amazing. Staggering number of cells, activities are there in our brain, and each neuron has 10,000 connections. All these neurons are connected 10,000 points. So it is the whole brain network is well over 1,000 trillion connections. Can you imagine? We also have 20 watts electrical output in our brain. That's quite an amazing thing that we have in our cells. And here we also have frontal lobe that is functioning as the command or control center. And also we have temporal lobe out of all those different compartments, different departments in our brain. Maybe as young college going students, I think they will find it very interesting to know a little bit more about the language, emotions, and memory. The temporal lobe is the place where we need that. And then we have something called amygdala. So we have where we have this alarming system when we face some danger or something like that. So the brain. I don't want to talk about all those things about the brain, but just wanted to show how important it is to know a little bit of our brain, and how important it is for us to actually make our brains little bit more active. Do you know how much percentage do you use in your brain? Average? Any idea?
How much? What percentage of your brain you use?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. You used to hear it was this small number, but I've recently heard that wasn't true. So I actually don't know. I don't know if that. I don't know how to answer that question.
Right. That is, can you imagine that is less than 1%, if I say? We don't use our brain, especially today. Especially today. We become so robotic, right? Why do we need, don't we do it mostly because we are so addicted to these um, mobile phones and all the technology, AI, previously, like I remember, like when we were young, we remember like even the calculations. We didn't want to, look at the calculator for that. So we learned those multiplications, and we were trying to calculate things. We were trying to use our brain to um, do some be creative. Now everything has been overtaken, especially now by artificial intelligence, right? AI. If you are asked to write an essay, you will go to AI, you will ask ChatGPT or whatever, and they will write a beautiful essay for you. If you want to draw a picture, they will do it for you. So we are actually lesser and lesser using our brain. So it's really, really important that we need to remember the power of the brain. The power of the brain is so important to all of us. So that is one thing I want to remind you today. So also for the kids, um, you know, because of these addictions, it is so difficult to learn things by heart, right? They have lost their memory power. Retention rate is becoming less and less. So this thing I would like to again share with you how important it is to remember. Um, we can today, for example, if you listen to this lecture, you can probably remember like 5%. If you read again, you will remember 10%. And later, if you also have this audio visual, so hopefully 20%. And if you watch a demonstration, you will remember like 30%. And if we engage in a group discussion, your retention rate will be something like 50%. And later, practice what you learn, like you share um, your knowledge with the others. Hopefully 75% you will remember. And if you teach someone else and use immediately, and probably you will remember 90%. So 1 to 4 is passive teaching method, and 5 to 7, these are participatory teaching methods. So this also, I think, will be helpful to all of you when you want to learn things by heart, or whenever you gain some, try to absorb some information. This little thing can also be very helpful. So before going further, maybe I take a break. um, okay. So how many of you remember? How many times do we breathe in a day? Yes? How many times do we
You,
breathe in a day?
it was for adults. It was I think 13 to 20, 12 to 20.
I said
Well,
in
we
a day.
said
That's an
oh
hour. That's an hour.
oh that's a minute. That's
This
a
a
minute.
day.
Oh no, I don't remember. No, I don't. I remember it was 8 million in a year.
Yes.
8 million in a year, and 678 million in
Right.
80 years. But I
Right.
don't remember a day. Sorry. So
I
I'm
know.
I'm like the 30-40% memory here.
Now you know how difficult it is for us to remember, right? And somebody said 23,000. Yes, that is exactly the answer. Elizabeth. Who's Elizabeth? Yeah, that is the correct answer. So in a day, we breathe actually 23,040 times. Average person breathes. I just wanted to ask, and how difficult, how challenging it is. Even just now, I ask you and you forget. So, like this retention rate is becoming less and less, and the more you listen and the more information you grab, and the lesser impactful it becomes. So that's why I just wanted to show myself and ask, take a break. So, breathing meditation can be so helpful to each and every one of us. You know, when we focus on our breath, we can sharpen our retention rate as well. We can improve because we can maintain our inner peace, and we don't become panic, we don't become restless. And that way, if you want to study, especially for college students and young adults, I think this is a really important technique. Okay. All right. So should we do some activity, maybe a meditation?
Yes,
Maybe
Bhante.
later we
Yes, please.
can later we can maybe I will show you something little bit more later, but maybe we'll do a little bit meditation. So okay, so get ready. Um, so in order to practice breath meditation, one thing that you need to do is to straighten your back. Okay, that's really, really important because back and the head should be straightened. That way, your respiratory system functions smoothly. So, sit comfortably and keep your right palm on the left palm like this. Right palm on the left palm, and then you connect your two thumbs gently and then place them on your lap. Now, in order to make your body straight, you can keep your or pull your shoulders little back, and then you will find that your body is straightened. And then make sure your spinal cord and the head are aligned, and then gently, compassionately close your eyes. Now, take a good long deep breath. Hold it for a few seconds and then slowly release and relax. One more time, let us hold our breath maybe for a few seconds, up to 10 seconds at least. Hopefully, you will be okay with that. You can try as you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it that long. So take a good long deep breath, breathing through the nostril, okay? And then hold it for a few seconds. And then slowly release and relax. Now, when you do it, it really eases out the pressure of your body, especially the shoulders, and all those tightened muscles and all can be relaxed. One more time, let's do it. Maybe not this long, just a shorter, maybe relatively shorter one. And then slowly release and relax. Now, these intentional breaths, long breaths, can be helpful to us in starting our breath meditation. Now, you can focus on your natural breathing, breathing in and breathing out. When you breathe in, observe what happens to your breath. Where does the incoming breath touch your body first and foremost before entering the body? Try it for yourself, see it for yourself, observe it, identify what is the entry point of your incoming breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Identify the entry point. Hopefully by now you can recognize, identify, locate your entry point. That is somewhere like the tip of the nose, the edge of the nose, nostril. And the incoming breath touches your nostril before entering the body through the nostrils. And what happens when we breathe out? Exhale. Where does the outgoing breath touch our body before leaving it? Breathe in and breathe out. Find out the entry point and the exit point. Entry point is something like the nostril, tip of the nose, and the exit point is something like the upper lip. That is the final or last point of your body that is touched by the outgoing breath before leaving the body. So we have 2 points now to remember: entry point and exit point. The distance between those 2 points may be an inch or so. So you need to place your mindfulness in between. Just like a cameraman, you observe your incoming and outgoing breaths. Just observe your incoming and outgoing breaths. Try every single breath, incoming and outgoing. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe at the beginning you breathe longer, so you recognize, identify, observe it, that I'm breathing longer. If you breathe out longer, you observe it, identify it, recognize, I'm breathing out longer. Just observe whatever happens naturally. This is not intentional breathing. This is automatic, natural breathing. If you breathe in short, you recognize it. I'm breathing in short. If you are breathing out short, you recognize I am breathing out short. Try to focus on your entry point and exit point while doing so. Pay a little bit more attention to your entry point and exit point. When you do it, even feel the sensation when you breathe in, the sensation when you breathe out. So we only pay attention to the entry point and exit point. Maybe one more minute. Okay, take a good long deep breath and hold it for a few seconds with closed eyes. And then slowly release and relax. Keep your palms together close to your heart and say 3 times this word, sadhu. 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 Now gently and compassionately open your eyes with a more positive energy, gentleness, kindness, compassion to yourself and to everyone else. Okay, how was it?
Very calming.
Thank you, Bhante. It's really calming.
Okay,
Feels so good.
right. I really want you to express, your experience. Even though we did the short time meditation, it's good enough for us to learn some challenges. Okay. Um, I see there is a young man, iPad. What's your name? Can you speak?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
your name?
My name is Dewey.
Dewey?
Yes.
Okay, how was your meditation?
It was good.
Good?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So, I mean, did you have any challenge when you do that?
No.
You were able to focus?
Yeah.
Right. Did you hear some noises outside when you close your eyes?
No.
Really?
I live in a silent town.
Hmm.
There's really not a lot of people in here that will go comes outside. They stay inside always.
Hmm. Do you have a wall clock around? Any of you have a wall clock somewhere around in your room?
No.
No one has a wall clock nowadays. People don't use it.
So
So when
Bhante, Elizabeth is, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Elizabeth is asking, is it normal to see visuals like colors or shadows moving?
yeah, that's okay. Don't worry. These are just part of it, okay? So when you close your eyes, our eye faculty is shut, right? And then what is more active? Tui, what is more active when you close your eyes?
I don't know.
Your ears. Your ears are active. You can hear subtle noises, right? Normally, when we open our eyes, we don't hear these things. If you have like ticking at the clock or like little subtle, sounds around, you don't really hear them when you open your eyes. But when you close your eyes, the moment you close your eyes, you can hear so many sounds, right? Maybe somebody opens the door, or even the traffic or whatever. If you are like living close by the roads, or even at your home, people do some activities, opening the doors. All these things you start to hear. So your ear faculty becomes more active. You don't have eyes, but your ears are more alert then. It's part of the our body, security system. Our ears take over and take care of our body. The amygdala, for example, is very playing a greater role in alarming us, even those little subtle noises around. So we need to recognize, okay, I hear the ticking of the clock, or I hear some little sounds, and you just pay attention to that and see that, observe it and recognize it, and then again you come back to your meditation. Okay, that's important. You come back to your meditation. And then what are the other challenges? Um, Randall, did you have any challenge?
Not so much this time, but a common one, of course, is not falling asleep, and how to deal with that, whether you try to resist that or just give in or quit meditating. It's a
Right.
common challenge I have.
That's right. So if you stay longer in this calm state, the body becomes calmer still, right? Then you start to fall asleep. You don't know how you have been tired working the whole day. So it could happen to us. Yeah, you feel sleepy. So it happens to a beginner practitioner. But if you are a continuous practitioner of meditation, you probably can stay longer without feeling sleepy. So you continue to meditate. You need to, because you're doing something different and your brain, doesn't recognize your activity. You have not registered that activity before. So you need to continue to do that. And if you continue to do, for example, you brush your teeth every single day, right? Morning, and then you take shower. So those things are already registered. So when you go to bathroom and you have the shower, the water comes, and all these things are already used to it. The hot water, the cold water, all these things are usual activities. And then eating, having a cup of tea, all these things are, usual activities. But then suddenly out of the blue, you start to meditate and the brain and the body starts to feel weird. And if you continue to do that, the body will be alarmed and the body will be awake. And also the body pains and all will not be there anymore. That's important. Okay. That is one thing I want to mention, as we didn't do long meditation. Um, let us do one more thing, maybe just few minutes of another meditation, but the same breath meditation. This time I want you to focus on your breath, and I want you to count your breath. Okay. So when you breathe in, right here, right? Nostril, breathe in and breathe out. So start counting up to 10. Can you do that? Dewey, can you do it? Okay. We have Eiling and Penny. Are you able to open your cameras? Or are you able to speak? I don't know if you are kids. Yes. Okay. So can you start counting? Penny, are you there? So start counting. When you breathe in, that is 1. Okay. When you breathe out, that is 2. So entry point and exit point. Start counting up to 10, but you can't make any mistake. Remember that. And after 10, you start over. Start counting up to 10. Okay? No more mistake. Not less, not more. After 10, you have to start over. And 3 times we need to do. Maybe we start with 1 time. Start counting up to 10. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay? So let me set up an alarm. Maybe a couple of minutes would be okay for this activity. Very easy. Just couple of minutes. You focus on your breath. Start counting up to 10. Within this 10 minutes, 2 minutes, I'm sure it will be more than 1 time. So if you finish counting up to 10, please start again. Okay? Start over and do it again. 2 minutes. Okay, let's start. Slowly, gently open your eyes. Okay. Do you know how many times you meditated? You counted? Did you make any mistake? 4 times?
Yeah,
Only
I think I got 4, I think.
I got 4 too.
Okay. Eileen, what about you? How many times?
Can I hear you, Kong Eileen?
If you can talk, maybe you can chat. That's fine. Maiha will hopefully read it. 4? All of you have done 4. Right. So that was quite easy, right? Did you have any challenge?
No.
No. That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. Yes. Anyone has had any challenge during these 2 minutes?
I feel this time is a little bit more calmer, I think, I believe, like than the first time when we sit
Okay.
sit down.
My mind will try to go off on some other tangent in between numbers. Like I will start making plans and have to stop planning. What am I going to do later today? What do I do tomorrow? Again,
Definitely. That is one of the most, frequent, regular challenges that we have. So I just ask you to count from 1 to 10. That is easier, actually. So the more challenging one, advanced practice would be 1 to 5, okay? And then 1 to 6, 1 to 7, 1 to 8, and 1 to 9, and 1 to 10. if, if you do these things without any mistake, that will be wonderful. Wonderful. But many of us would, I noticed like many people would find it very challenging. Even a couple of minutes, right? Render, we didn't practice more than more than 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes. Even within the 2 minutes, you see how our mind is fast acting, fast trying to run away from us, right? And so it is so hard. So the young school kids and the college students and all of us have this difficulty, have this problem more and more. So it is very, very important we continue to practice little bit of meditation on a regular basis, at least. Do you meditate? How many of you meditate? Yeah, you can raise your hand. I think there is.
I mean, I do. I don't do as much as I should. I know.
Yeah, those people who don't, maybe, who practice, there is a way to react, right? Like here. Yes. So, yeah, practicing little bit of meditation is important. How many of you think like you are super busy, you don't have time? You have a lot of things to study, right? Eileen, which grade are you in now? I can see Manal. I think she is from New Jersey. Good to see you. uh, yeah. Right. Edurado is also there. Oh, 7th grade. So you must be having a lot of classes, lot of things to study, difficult, right? so many things to do, and so it is hard. Um, how many of you think like you don't have time to meditate? You don't have time enough to meditate. Maiha, do you meditate?
Yes. Actually, a lot of time for me, a lot of time when I have a lot of things to do, I need to meditate first before
Very
I do things.
good.
Because otherwise, my day will be dragging, and I really have no energy at all. But like with I'm doing the opposite way. So I am start the day or at nighttime. I start the day with the meditation, so it helped me to set the tone for the day, right? And then also nighttime when I'm so tired, I also want to sit down and meditate to just like to bring my body and mind together at the end of the day as well.
So many people complain like they don't have time to meditate. They are so busy. Like the kids also are so busy. They don't have time to meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like many of us also have the anger problem, right? Do you get angry? Hands up those people who get angry. I mean, you can do the reaction here. So I know. Yeah. So Tui say he doesn't get angry.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Right.
Sometimes.
So Eduardo say, I once heard a monk say that you should meditate for at least 15, 20 minutes first thing in the morning, unless you're very busy, in which case meditate for an hour.
Yes.
What,
If you have fear, if you have restlessness, if you think you have too much of work, workload is like overwhelming, and if you have anger issue, you know, all these things mean that you have some issue, some challenging, difficult situations. That means you need to definitely meditate. You definitely need to meditate, because by meditating only, you can make things smoother. You can find that peaceful atmosphere. Even if you are a very, very busy person in your life, if you meditate, you kind of organize better. You can organize better. You can see things going smoothly. So how do we find time if you are like the kids also? I'm sure like Eiling and Tui and all the other people, Edurado, everyone, Manal and everyone should be busy doing certain things in life, right? Studies and workloads and many things. Huh? Tui, do you have time to meditate?
No.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, you have time?
Yes.
Wonderful. You don't play video games?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Okay. Right. So, yes, if you are very interested in something, let's say like you have Olympic these days, and then you somehow try to find, some time, right? You squeeze because you want to give priority to something, and then you find time. Let's say like you have some relative coming to your place, so you have to go out for a dinner or for a party. You try to find some time, right? That means you can squeeze. You can find some time. So if you also want to think like I really want to meditate, that means you can find time. Out of the 24 hours, we have to do everything. Nobody has 25 hours. Everyone has 24 hours. So we have to maybe you need to reduce your sleeping hours probably. If you like sleep 10 hours, maybe you can reduce 1 hour. So you have 1 hour. You wake up early. If you want to become above average, want to be successful in your life, above average, then you need to do some sacrifice, right? That is important. So you have to do it earlier or later. And apart from that, actually, if you also use some time like early morning when you wake up, just on your bed, sit there and meditate 5 minutes. You can do it, right? Just 5 minutes. Every single day, wake up immediately, meditate 5 minutes. And then when you start to um, study, before opening your book, you have your table. Maybe you need to keep your table clean, neat, nice, okay, organized. And that doesn't become like messy. And then you sit and do 5 minutes meditation before starting your studies. If you work, do the same at your office. Before starting your work, you meditate 5 minutes. Listen to your own breath. Focus on your breath. Count your breath. You can do it. And then you will find the habitual pattern of your meditation really help you do things better, smoothly. Then you notice that everything in your life goes better and well and smoothly. Don't you think so? So continue to do that, and then you will find a lot of benefits. Not only your studies, but also achieving your goals, accomplishing some goals in your life. I would say if you have never started meditating, start with 5 minutes and then continue to improve. Like week by week, you need to improve it. Okay? Improve it further. And if you meditate like 5 minutes, and later, if you meditate 10 minutes, and you will see a stark difference between the two sessions. 5 minutes meditation and 10 minutes meditation have totally different experiences. And then you continue to improve, expand your duration of sitting, and then you will see like 15 minutes. So wonderful. Wow. That's amazing. And the challenges are more too, like the body pain, for example. Wow. The body pain. That can be a task, a challenge that you have. And 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and 30 minutes to 45 minutes, 45 minutes to 1 hour. If you can sit quietly without moving anything, just focusing on your breath for 45 minutes, that will be completely a different experience altogether. If you can sit 1 hour or more, you will be in a different world. Your experience will be so amazing. So you need to come to that stage. You need to continue to improve that. But starting is the main thing. Starting at least with 5 minutes, that will be very helpful. If you don't have 1 hour right away, start with 5 minutes. And the more you are interested in this, the more you become enthusiastic in the benefits that you gain, will make you sit longer. Okay, so continue to start 5 minutes. Uh, just immediately after getting up, you can do 5 minutes. Before studying, before starting your studies or work, you can do 5 minutes. And then before going to bed in the night, you can do 5 minutes meditation. So already 15 minutes, right? Already 15 minutes. That is so wonderful. In between, I would say, like, let's say, like your parents scold you, or your teachers, or you had some issue with your friends or family, or, maybe co-workers, you had some situation, husband, wife, then use that time to meditate 5 minutes. Right away, close your eyes, listen to your own breath. Wow, when you are angry, upset, sad, scared, and see what happens to you. What's happened to your breath pattern, those emotional changes can make things so differently. So it is really, really important that you need to practice meditation during that time. I think meditation is not only practicing quietly in a long, alone or remote area, but also applying that in real time, real life situations. When you are angry, when you are upset, when something bad happens to the world, to your country, maybe your family, somebody is sick and you are really upset. Somebody scolded you. Somebody did something to hurt you. And these are things that make arouses your your emotions right away. So practice meditation during that time. 5 minutes will help you a lot. Okay, hopefully now already 10 to 20 minutes. At least one time in a day, you might have some difficult situations. And one more 5 minutes, I could say, like you eat food, right? How many times do you eat? 3 times? Hopefully, 3 times you eat, right? So let's say, like after breakfast, what happens when you eat? You become so happy. Wow, I was so hungry. I was super hungry. I had milk, I had fruit, I had this and that, cereal, all these things. You think of it and you gratify your senses. Your tummy is full and you are happy. Immediately sit and practice meditation and listen to your own breath. That will be a different experience, completely different experience. After lunch, maybe heavy lunch, you will see a different experience. Immediately after lunch, I'm sure you won't be feeling sleepy, maybe later on. But 5 minutes immediately after food, wonderful, wonderful experience if you can meditate. Try at least sometime. If you can do it every single day, at least try this experience. Once a week, at least you try and see the difference. Okay, that will be super amazing. Like the food, when you eat, when grind your food and, mix with saliva, you make so many activities and then the food goes down and then it settles in your body, stomach, and then it will take some time to absorb the nutrients and you will feel the tummy is more active along with your brain. These two things are coordinating and with each other and doing a lot of activities like transporting, absorbing, pulling out those nutrients. So many things happen. You can really see them when you meditate. That will be super amazing. You can focus, you can sharpen your memory, really improve your concentration, and you will feel like so relaxed and calm. Remember, like you will also be able to control your overeating habits. You will control your eating. You will be able to eat less than just to survive your food and to feel comfortable, not too much greedy for the food. You will see that. Those are some of the benefits. And then your respiratory system will improve, your nervous system will function smoothly, your heart and lungs and everything will be fine too, and your brain patterns will be really, brain waves will work smoothly too. Your inner peace will be really, really balanced. You will be able to do lots and lots of things when you focus on this practice of meditation. Okay. All right. I think it's almost time. I would like to um, let this open for you. If you have any question, as I mentioned, there is a little bit more things like to memory, improving, like after hearing, listening, or reading, you can review after 1 hour. And then nighttime, you can also maybe do some visuals, or after 24 hours, you can review. And after 7 days or 6 days, you can also review, maybe a little bit more auditory. And then after 30 days, that will be another review. After 90 days, that will be another review. So from temporary memory, short-term memory, you can go to long-term memory. If you have something, like especially the kids, you want to focus on this habit. 1 hour, 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, and 90 days. Try this. And that way you can turn your short-term memory into long-term memories. Remember, neuroplasma is something that we have in our brain. It has an amazing capacity to absorb more and more. The more you use your brain, the more powerful it becomes. Meditator can really expand your memory a lot. So try these activities. Review after 1 hour, nighttime visuals, 6 days later auditory, 21 days later some kinesthetic activities. So that also will be really helpful to all of you. Okay, so yeah, these are little tips that I wanted to share with you today. With that, I hope I would like to conclude. If you have any question or anything, this is the time for it. And thank you so much. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you so much, Bhante, for your compassion and loving kindness toward us, and willing to teach us on this class. Today, many are out, but these are all recorded and will be shared with others via in our YouTube channel, and also in your Facebook as well. So thank you, Bhante, and thank you, everyone. I think before we close out, I think we've been together, and under the leading of the Bhante, we have some really mindfulness moments, and it's really good that we get together here to learn meditation, but also the Dharma, little Dharma from by the Bhante. Thank you so much, and I think at this point, I think Randy, I think we can do the dedication of merit, and quickly, and we can close out for today, unless anyone else have any more questions. But I think Randy, please go ahead and share.
All right. Can you hear me? Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Dedication of merits. May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light dispel the darkness of our endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise. You're muted. Maha, you're muted.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhante, again. Thank you so much. And thank you, Randy. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Hope you all have a nice weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.